Hello everybody, welcome back to another LEGO City update. Jordan here. Today we're going to be completely transforming the LEGO City downtown core. Yeah, I know, it looks so good right now, but we need more space for more buildings because we're actually going to be building a giant dinosaur exhibit modular building that is 2.5 base plates, and we need to make space for it here in the downtown core. So with these two sets right down here, that's the police station modular building and also the LEGO Ideas fossil set, and the Jazz Cafe, which is actually an alternate build of the Assembly Square set, we are going to be building this massive dinosaur exhibit and integrating it here into the LEGO City in this video. So this downtown core, as you see it right now, is going to be completely transformed. And we are super excited about it, although it will be a lot of work. First thing we got to do is get started here by parting out the Jazz Cafe, parting out the police station, and then get building this new modular building, and then we'll have the fun of integrating it here into the downtown core. Okay, so we built the incredible 2.5 base plate modular building known as the Dinos Exhibition. Now we have to place it in the LEGO City. It's going to be a challenge. As you all know, we already have one base plate open by removing the Jazz Cafe and using the parts and pieces from that to create the dinosaur exhibit. And now we have to shift all of these buildings to try and make it work. We've got some pretty big plans that we've been thinking about over the last week or so, and we're going to start doing that right away. I think the first thing that we're going to do is actually deal with this large row of half base plate spots right here. How do we plan on dealing with that? Originally, we were going to build some buildings and put them there, but I think we're going to actually cut one of these old road plates in half. So like this road plate right here, we're going to cut it in half, and that's going to allow us to shift over this entire road segment here so it's right up against the train track, and then we're going to allocate that half base plate row to one of these rows of modulars here. We also have some big plans in regards to Pop Culture Street and extending it to the end, we think, and then moving this row of modulars to the back, I think we have some ideas that are going to allow us to open up a bunch of base plates and give us the space necessary to add more modular buildings as we move forward and also place the Dinos Exhibition. So we've started making some serious changes here. You can see we pulled away our modular table and we've cleared a bunch of buildings and base plates, and our plan is coming together. We've also shifted this over a half base plate like that there, so this road will be right up against the train track. We've got some plans cultivating, and it's going to look so good. We're so stoked on this. Just wanted to give you a quick update here on how the changes are going here in the LEGO City. So I just finished cutting the straight plate in half. Pretty clean job. Just did it with a razor blade. Not bad. You'd never be able to tell. Fills in that gap nicely there, right? And now we're shuffling some buildings around, just sort of playing musical modulars, if you will. See what I did there? Musical chairs, musical modulars. Yeah. And we put the haunted manor right here, and we're just sort of shifting everything around for our new layout. It's looking pretty sweet, but you can see, because we added this half base plate right here, this whole section right here is going to be 1.5 base plates, so it can accommodate those large awkward buildings such as the Haunted Manor, also Spring Lantern Festival, and if you really wanted to, it could also accommodate Ghostbusters HQ and the Sitcom Tower. However, we really like the positioning of these buildings right here. We think it looks pretty amazing because they're on Pop Culture Street and they just pair up beautifully. But yeah, we're just going to continue chipping away here all day. We actually got the hockey game on over there as well, so it really works out. Not bad, pretty fun. All right, some time has passed, and we have all of the buildings here in the downtown core placed and looking pretty awesome. First off, we've got the Disney costume shop, the Parisian restaurant, then boom, right there. It's the Dinos Exhibition right beside the bakery and also the brick bank. We think it looks really good there because, of course, it's right across from the amusement park, right? So you can go to the Dinos Exhibition, check out some fossils and stuff like that, and then make your way to the amusement park. So I think it works pretty good. And actually, it's a nice little height there so that you can sort of see past it and see the balcony right behind it as well. You can see that we've actually shifted the entire city. What did we do that makes it so different? Well, look at the new placement of the skyscrapers. It's completely different. They used to be in a big row along the back. In fact, we used to have 2 rows going along the back, and now we only have 1 row. Because what we did is we actually extended these blocks here, I believe, by 2 base plates. So now we have 1 block there and another one right here. Now the interesting thing about the second block is that it actually has space to accommodate those 15-inch buildings, because as you saw, we chopped that base plate and we moved that strip of green base plates from over here along the train track, and we actually relocated it right here, so it's actually between these buildings. Now this isn't done yet. We're actually going to be adding more detail in a future update, and that's going to include finishing this sort of back alley. We've got some really interesting plans for right here, and we look forward to executing those plans. Now, if you take a look at the way these buildings are grouped together, we sort of got like shopping right here, right? We got Assembly Square, we've got the Lego store, we've got a bookshop, the Palace Cinema, the Disney costume shop. So it's sort of like all shopping along here. And then across the way, there's like a hotel, a diner, another bookshop. So we've got some intense competition here right across the street from each other. And then we've got the police station, the pet shop, and posts as well, so the post office. And then on the end of the street, we've put the hospital and also the town hall, fire brigade. There's the custom train station right there beside the little cafe, pet shop, townhouse on the corner there. And there's some more detail that we want to add too. We got to make our little outdoor cafe area there where you can see the Soaps and Studs advertisement from the additional police station that we bought to build the Dinos exhibition. That's actually right there. So Soaps and Studs has some advertising all over the city now. Yeah, pretty cool. But then down here we've got our skyscrapers. So there's the SIG Tower, the Office Tower, and also the Avengers Tower with the Quinn jet, or sorry, the Shield jet above it, sorry. And then the little helicopter, not a little helicopter, but a pretty big helicopter from Black Widow on top of the Office Tower there. Swooping around back here, you get a different view of the Dino exhibit beside the bakery and also the Brick Bank, and then the Grand Emporium right here. And then the new position for the corner garage right here. Also, the new position for the Spring Lantern Festival here. And then you can see this is going to be the entrance to our back alley here that we're going to work on paving and creating some cool scenes. And the reason we want a back alley there is because we have the pub positioned right there beside the detective's office and then beside the arcade. So you can see it's sort of like fun and games and activities to do right there. And then we think it's going to be pretty neat if we have a back alley with back alley access right here behind those modular buildings, and maybe set up some back alley scenes, you know, some back alley shenanigans. I don't know, just outside of the pub, right? Also, in regards to the arcade, not sure if we're vibing, it's hard to see, but not sure if we're vibing the look of it. I think we're going to redo it. I think we're going to demolish it and redo it. Sit down sort of privately and, you know, get inspired from some other builds and rebrickable models and stuff like that. And Mrs. Bricksie and I will probably redo it. But yeah, there's the better view of the pub that we were looking for beside the Haunted Manor and also Detective's Office. And Diagon Alley, of course. So yeah, there's a little backside view here. You can see there's been lots of changes with all of the different building positions. Not much changed here. We still have the Daily Bugle, the facades that hide Diagon Alley, and then the Sitcom Tower. And these buildings essentially stayed the same, except we put the townhouses on the end there, and then on the end of the street you can also see the Quickie Mart. There's going to be some more details that we're going to add there. We're going to actually make a proper Quickie Mart with like the parking lot and everything like that. So we're going to do that soon. And then we have to make some finishing changes here with this train track. We've got some exposed table right here. I don't know how I'm going to do that, if I'm going to do it with half base plates or if I'm just going to fill this in with more dark bluish gray to add to the train track ballasting. I think that might look cool if I, make it look more train track-ish rather than just having green base plates. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. There's going to be another update coming out in the near future of us adding all of these details. But as you can see, we did a pretty good job of clearing open some base plates for the large 2.5 base plate modular building known as the Dinos exhibit. And there's also the dog park right there beside the Lego store. Now there's not a whole lot of space open. There's actually one base plate right there where the Hulkbuster is for an inverted corner of some sort, but there's not a whole lot of space for expansion. But no worries, we're gonna make more space for expansion because the next thing that we're gonna be working on after we get that detail work done is actually this area of the city over here. As I've said in previous updates, we will be reducing the size of the water tables in half by raising this drop table here, and that's gonna allow us to add a whole, well, actually, it's gonna allow us to free up a bunch of space for maybe shifting some of these buildings out of the downtown core over there, or just build more buildings and more structures and stuff like that for the far side of the city. But we're really happy. We think that this is the best the Lego City downtown core has ever looked because look at all the buildings. Got lots of stuff going on here, right? Lots of minifig placements. It's looking fresh. We actually got quite a bit done. It took a lot of time because we had to retile everything, replace all the minifigures, replace all the vehicles, move everything around. So it took quite a bit of time, but we think it looks pretty amazing. Let us know what you think of the new downtown core layout by commenting below. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. Thank you so much for coming on by, and have yourselves a fantastic day.